All right, does this sound familiar to you? You're standing in a store and something catches your eye. Wow, you think, I need to have that. You pick up this magnificent thing and slowly flip over the price tag. A wave of sadness washes over you. This thing is twice, maybe even 3 times as much money as you thought it would be. You spend a few moments deliberating as you slowly inch your way over to the cashier. You pull out your credit card and you buy this thing. Your happiness increasing as your bank account drops. So why did you do this? And at this point, you might be thinking, Lily, I wanted it. And I get this. Wanting is an important precursor for buying, but what causes us to want? More importantly, what causes us to want expensive things? Things walking on that fine line of financially sensible. There are numerous psychological factors that contribute to our love of expensive things. The first and most obvious, we perceive expensive goods as being better. This is true not only in our perception of a good's quality, but also in our perception of a good's utility to us. You see, price matters in how we value things. A study by Schmidt et al. Gave participants red wine, telling one group of participants the wine cost £3 and telling another group the wine cost £18. Not only did individuals rate the more expensive wine as better tasting, but fMRIs showed that their sensory experiences actually differed. These differences were evident in the brain's valuation system as well as in the anterior prefrontal cortex. And such psychological and physiological differences represent a marketing placebo effect. We expect a more expensive wine to taste better, and so it actually does. This effect is fairly ubiquitous as we are constantly attributing price with quality. And so what do I mean by attributing? Well, attributing refers to tying together causes and effects. In buying an expensive good, we look for reasons or causes for why this good may cost more. Take this watch, for example. Why is it $1,100? The brand name is not overtly obvious, nor is it exceptionally flashy. Now here comes in our attribution, us looking for reasons or causes for this increased price. We might imagine it's made with better materials and it's simply more durable. Or maybe the workers were paid a decent wage. Maybe it's just better craftsmanship overall. Or perhaps it'll make us happier than its less expensive counterpart. We make attributions between the high cost of a good and the reasons for that cost, trying to connect these two things. And let's be clear, these attributions are not all wrong. In many cases, you do get what you pay for, and more expensive goods prove to be better quality. I'm not trying to convince you that these attributions are all bad, but what I am trying to do is address how these attributions may influence the way we perceive and consume expensive goods. With that being said, let's look at another reason you might have splurged. Some of you who are more candid with your buying might have seen this one coming. We like to signal our status to others. From an evolutionary perspective, we know that having resources is important. Today, expensive goods signal resources, in this case, disposable wealth or the means to live lavish. It makes sense that we want to buy and, more importantly, showcase these goods. We constantly judge others, and we do this using the representative heuristic. So we use the representative heuristic to make snap judgments about an individual's immediate possessions. An individual with a $2,000 bag is often perceived to be wealthy. In reality, since 2007, American middle-class citizens are spending the same amount of money on material goods as are the country's top richest 1%, and the middle-class trend is upwards. We don't think about this, or how this gift might be from a wealthy aunt, or maybe this is an OSAP check in bag form. We simply take the information in front of us and try and determine if this individual is included in the prototype we have in our minds, in this case, the type of individual who owns a $2,000 bag. And we judge others like this, and we're judged ourselves like this. And we know this, and this sort of leaves us in a sticky situation. You see, the decision to buy expensive goods is ambiguous. We want to show off to others, and we know that expensive goods are a good way to do this, but it is not clear if these goods are worthwhile to us on a personal level. As you might have learned by now, price differences are not always meaningful. That $100 phone case might not be more durable than the $30 one from the mall kiosk. You might like your thrifted Dachshund sweater more than your cashmere one. And maybe no one will even notice or compliment that $70 haircut you just got. Maybe expensive things aren't better. Maybe these things won't actually make you happier. And so where does this leave us? Now, I acknowledge that changing our behaviors isn't easy, and while I can't and wouldn't want to change that small part of you that still loves to splurge, I can leave you with one small suggestion. I propose we reevaluate the way we value things. What if we put a little more cognitive effort into our buying decisions? Let's assess the value of a good based on our own utility rather than based on price. Let's consider some of the cognitive factors at play, and most importantly, let's ask ourselves, what is the true cost of expensive? Thank you.